Well, hot off the successful first phase of a peace deal in Gaza, President Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today ahead of a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Trump announced that meeting in a Truth Social post yesterday after a phone call with Putin, writing in part, "I have just concluded my telephone conversation with President Vladimir Putin of Russia, and it was a very productive one. I actually believe that the success in the Middle East will help in our negotiation in attaining an end to the war with Russia-Ukraine." Trump continued, "At the conclusion of the call, we agreed that there will be a meeting of our high-level advisors next week. President Putin and I will then meet in an agreed-upon location, Budapest, Hungary, to see if we can bring this inglorious war between Russia and Ukraine to an end." The president did not mention a time and date for that meeting.
This all comes as Trump has seemingly grown more frustrated with Putin for being slow to end the war. Earlier this week, Trump threatened to send Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine if Russia didn't make progress toward peace. And on Tuesday, Trump had this critique for Putin.
Look, I'm very disappointed because Vladimir and I had a very good relationship, probably still do. I don't know why he continues with this war. This war has been so bad for him. He's going into 4 years of a war that he should have won that war in 1 week. He's now going to soon be into his 4th year, but he just doesn't want to end that war. And I think it's making him look very bad. He could end it. He could end it quickly.
Oh, my president, the peace president, trying to rack up those additional Nobel Peace Prizes. I love to see it. I am at my most supportive of Trump as he tries to handle basically these two matters, the Middle East and the Ukraine-Russia situation. I share his frustration with Vladimir Putin, and you and I have sparred on this issue somewhat. You being more, not that I'm unsympathetic to the Ukrainian position, I'm of course sympathetic to them, but what else can be done? I've supported the negotiation, and we needed to explain to Zelensky that the whole defend Ukraine to the last inch of territory Biden philosophy is just not going to be a reality. But Zelensky has accepted that, and they've come along. Russia has not. So I frankly have supported Trump's more aggressive line toward Russia, even saying, well, if they want to fight for the whole thing, then they're going to fight for the whole thing. We're going to fight them back.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with how he's handled it.
Well, I mean, we were talking, I guess, yesterday about how Trump's volatility can, in some situations, be advantageous, and he certainly did in the final stages of the lead up to the Gaza peace plan or whatever, ceasefire, whatever we want to call it, apply some pressure to Israel, which I thought was a good thing. On Russia and Ukraine, to my mind, he zigzags so much that it's very hard to tell what his actual position is. I took huge exception to the comments he made a few months ago where he was suggesting that Ukraine was somehow to blame for its own, for it being invaded.
Yeah.
There's a whole broader issue about NATO encroachment, but that's a different conversation. And so, earlier this week, for example, or several days ago, Trump was talking about sending the Tomahawks. Then he has a call with Putin and he seems all pally with Putin, and they're going to meet in Budapest. We'll see, perhaps our viewers will have seen by the time they're watching this, more of his interactions with Zelensky today, which hasn't happened as we speak. But it's just difficult to trace what his bedrock position is. Where you and I disagree is that I favour stronger American intervention, I think it's fair to say, on Ukraine's behalf. Now, not getting involved in a direct shooting war, but I think the United States should shore up Ukraine's military defences more to put pressure on Russia to make concessions.
Well, if Russia is not playing ball at all, I am also willing to do that. Before, the conflict was at such a place where I thought both sides were being a little unreasonable. The Ukrainian side is not being nearly as unreasonable anymore. Now it is Russia is clearly the unreasonable situation because we basically said they can keep the territory that they gained. We just need a security guarantee for the rest of Ukraine. We all met, we all discussed that, and then the war continues on their end. If they're just going to continue the war on their end, then, and especially now, it's not us sending Ukraine directly, it's them buying weapons from NATO, and NATO is contributing more to the defense of NATO. We all kind of got on the same page, so I have less issue with it now. Russia is more of the outlier in in just not wanting to. If they want war on that level and they're that determined to get it, then I don't know why we wouldn't make this more difficult for them to conquer the country.
Right. No, I think that's the bottom line really on that.
But we don't want that. We want them to negotiate and bring an end to this horrific conflict. And Trump clearly wants that too. But on some level, ball's in your court now, Russia.
Right. And it depends what the price is as well.
Yeah.
Next on Rising, I'll be talking about the No Kings protests sweeping the nation tomorrow and how preparations are being made at the IRS to go after left-leaning groups more easily. Stick around for that.